Hi there. Well. So here's something I don't do all the time. I maybe do it a couple of times a year. A lot of times I'll do the sweet plantains. Sometimes I do the green plantains. And, you might say, hey, Tom, what are you going to make today? Well, I'm not going to make platanos. I'm not going to make the big, crispy, fried green plantain. What I am going to do is cut my thumb off and go to the hospital. No, I'm not going to do that either. What I'm going to do is make mariquitas, the little plantain chips. Now, yes, of course, I can buy them in the store. But, there is a little bit of fun to making them fresh at home. And one of those reasons is, hold on, wait for it. You get to use one of these. And these are always a lot of fun. Am I in frame here? Yeah, hold on. Let's see if I can. Oh boy. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to zoom out a little bit. That's as zoomed out as I'm going to get. Okay, there we go. Now, the first cut that you do, you want to see how thick you're going. And I can tell you already that that's too thick. So I'm going to make an adjustment. Yep, I think that's going to be it. Let's see. Let's take a look. Yeah, those are nice looking chips. Okay, so after I do this to the whole plantain, then it's frying time. And I'll be frying them very shortly. Let's get this banged out though. Ready? Let's see if I can get my finger taken off. I can hear all my comic friends making funny comments right about now about this, but you know what? I'll take it. It's funny. And I'm only going to do one plantain, and I'll tell you why. Because if I did 10 plantains tonight, we'd wind up eating all 10. But if I only do one plantain, that's enough chips, right? It's a pile of chips. That's enough chips for one sitting, I think. All right, over to the frying pan. All right, so we're getting that oil hot. Now you'll notice, I really have a hard time letting go of things. So that oil's not nearly hot enough yet. But you notice there's a little bit of crumbs in there. That's because I fried potatoes in there. Now, obviously, I didn't fry, well, not how much say obviously, but I didn't fry any fish or anything like that in there. And I'll use that same oil for maybe one or two uses because, I really have a hard time letting go. I don't want to throw it away. But potatoes, plantains, I'll do one or two sessions and then I'll throw it away because, I don't want to keep it around too long. But when that gets hot enough, which it's not yet, I'm going to start frying. All right, so it's almost hot enough. I'm going to do a little test. I'm going to hold it there, and you see it bubbles up a bit, but I don't think it's not hot enough yet. I'm going to give it another couple of minutes. Okay, we are at cooking heat, right? Check it out, right? So now, I just want to separate them. I'm going to just throw them in, and these fry pretty quick. I want to get them nice and golden, and then I'm going to put them in a little dish with some salt. Just going to season them with some salt. So I think that's it for now. Right? I don't want to put too many in there. I don't want to crowd the pan. Plus, some of those latecomers aren't going to fry as fast as the ones that just went in. So I'm going to throw them in a little bowl that has a paper towel in it, and then I'm going to hit them with a little bit of salt. They look nice, huh? All right, I think these guys are ready. See how they're nice and floating, right? And I can feel that they're crispy just by touching them. So I'm going to pull these out, and put in the next batch. I can even hear the way they hit the paper, that they're crispy. So that's cool. Trying to not get too much oil, right? As I pull them out, I want to drain that oil and just pop them in. And let's put in a second batch. Right? I'm going to see if I can get these separated. I don't want them to clump together and stick together when they fry. We'll get a few more in there. And this will be a nice little treat to have with dinner. Give them a little mix. See if I can get them separated. Beautiful. Right. So there's my last batch in there. Make sure they don't stick together. And I gotta pull them out before they get, I want them crispy, I want them golden, but I don't want them burnt. So you have to just keep an eye. Okay, that's it. I just shut the flame off. That was my last batch. I'm just gonna pull them out. I want to get as much oil off them as possible. I don't want them to greasy. And I'm going to hit them with a little bit of sea salt, and they're going to be magically delicious. And here's what's going to happen. Somebody's going to complain that I didn't make enough. And you know what? I love when that happens, because that means I'm doing a good job. I'm going to show you what they look like after they're salted. Okay, there they are. All of the little, what do we call these? We call these plátanos, right? No, plátanos, not tostones. These are mariquitas. Right? I'm just going to hit them with a little bit of, come on, sea salt. Am I hitting it with too much? I think I can't see the salt coming out. I think maybe I went too salty. So what I'm going to do is just shake them up a bit. Make sure they are all evenly distributed. Oh shit, that's good. Wow. I seem to say that a lot, don't I? I got a little bit too much salt in there. I'm going to toss them a bit, get the salt off. All right, final look. I shook some salt off. See how some of them stuck together a little bit? Oh my God. Crispy. Nothing like homemade chips. Really.